Are you serious? Are you serious? We're trying to understand what's taking place all over the world. There's chaos. But let's go quickly, if you will, to the Middle East and deal with a situation that involves Russia. Two Russian helicopter pilots have been shot down and killed in Syria, according to Interfax. Reuters is reporting that militants shot down a military helicopter near Palmyra in Syria, killing two Russian pilots on board. Interfax news agency quoting Russia's defense ministry. The two men had been attacking a detachment of Islamic State fighters in Homs region on Friday when the Syrian Mi-25 helicopter they were in ran out of ammunition. The ministry is saying turning the helicopter was hit by militants' gunfire from the ground and crashed in an area controlled by the Syrian government army. According to the crew on board died, both pilots. Video footage published on Saturday by the Islamic State affiliate news agencies showed a helicopter being shot down and crashing to the ground against the cries of "It's fallen, God is greatest." Now, Russian forces entered the conflict at the end of last year, backing the forces of the Syrian president Bashar Assad. And they've been battling against ISIS and other groups, of course, in the region, including the Free Syrian Army that is funded and supported by the United States of America. So a proxy war is being fought in Syria between the United States and Russia, and they're using different factions. ISIS is supposed to be a terrorist organization rising up out of nowhere, but they're driving around in Toyota Tundra trucks. They have armored vehicles of the United States. They use rocket launchers of the United States. They use weapons and guns and ammunition, all of which is American made, because as we pulled out of Iraq and left it laying there, it was ISIS that picked up all of the ammunition and artillery that was needed to fund an army. And that army has went through and taken large swaths of land in both Iraq and Syria. And despite the information that the President of the United States tells us that they're shrinking or they're being contained, the Pentagon and everyone else knows ISIS is being funded continually as we speak and continues a reign of terror that's not just contained in Iraq and Syria, but it's expanding in Europe, like Paris, France, and Brussels, Belgium, and the airport in Turkey, and Orlando, Florida. Baghdad has become a disaster zone, an absolute war zone. Even Benghazi, Libya, suffered explosions last week. Now, we're a long ways from containment, and we're in a world of crisis now, as many, many players have entered the theater, which means we're on the brink of World War III if we're not extremely careful. This has to end quickly. So please be in prayer one for another. It's getting ugly out here, folks. And Jesus said there would be wars and rumors of wars. Nations would rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. And we're seeing it, and we know it's happening. Are you saved? Are you serious? Because we are living in the last days. Don't miss tonight's Sunday night live broadcast. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com, where we're going to identify the key areas of chaos in the world, including the racial tension, unfortunately, that is really dividing this nation right now here in America, and the events that have taken place just recently. Also, we're going to look at Europe with Ukraine and the tensions building along the borders of Russia with NATO forces and Russian forces. And we have to look at, of course, the Middle East and many other areas of chaos. That's tonight. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.